One interesting thing about this project is, as I tell people about it, they're relatively shocked that Disney was born in Chicago. Most people don't know that.
This is the legendary carousel where Walt came with his daughters and dreamt up Disneyland. This is the place where Walt and Roy Disney had their first animation studio. The first Walt Disney Studios lot, where Snow White was made, now has a supermarket on it.
It's a heartbreaking tragedy that we've lost and are still at risk of losing so many of the important buildings of Walt Disney's past.
Keeping alive the memory of Walt Disney means holding on to and caring for what remains of his past. Because each time we lose another physical piece of Walt's history, it's gone. Forever.
This is the very house that Walt Disney was born in on December 5th, 1901, and where he lived until he was 4 years old. Those critical first years in his development, all of them in this house.
His younger sister Ruth and his older brother Roy, who spent 12 years here, were born in this house as well.
This is what it looks like today.
Over time, renovations and alterations have almost completely covered up the authentic details of the house that Walt's parents, Elias and Flora Disney, designed and built themselves.
If nothing were done, every last trace of this home's extraordinary heritage would soon disappear.
We're joining a community of like-minded people who are working together to preserve this important piece of Walt Disney's history, and we need your help.
Hi, I'm Brent.
And I'm Dina, and we're really excited about this project.
We both have such a deep connection to Walt Disney and his legacy, and we know you do too.
And that's why we want you to be involved in this effort.
This is the dream, a complete restoration of the Walt Disney birthplace to its original state, earning it the landmark status it deserves.
I think the Disney House is Chicago's equivalent of the Abraham Lincoln log cabin.
Historic preservation really is a melding of architecture and art and history. We're sort of the guardians or caretakers or stewards of the built environment and a record of humanity through that built environment.
But this project is about more than just a restoration.
Our research into this period of the Disney family history has sparked a larger vision.
When you have a building that has a connection to someone who had such an impact on society or culture, someone like Walt Disney, for instance, it's really an opportunity to convey history in a new way, to bring history alive to people.
We believe that the Walt Disney birthplace can become a portal to new approaches in early childhood development.
With our team of project advisors, we're formalizing strategies to help today's families nurture and raise the creative thinkers of tomorrow.
It strikes me too that at the center of education now is this focus on collaboration. And Walt was certainly one who fostered collaboration, and the more I learn about the mother and the father and the whole process there was collaboration.
Where you're really looking at interesting ideas for kids or really remarkable children and their stories, and potentially use this as a platform to tell those kind of stories.
Any story in the news cycle that has to do with early childhood development, or something, just about the importance of those early years in your life and what they mean.
But it just really, you saw their minds, you know, their young minds going, and it was just an amazing experience.
It's one thing to say, to walk by a site and look at a plaque and read about someone whose house may have been there in the past, but it's something quite different when you actually see the physical structure in front of you. And you can imagine in your mind the people that were living there and the type of clothes they wore, what they ate in the morning, and how they walked to school just the same way that we do now. It really humanizes history.
I'm Tim Samuelson. I'm cultural historian for the city of Chicago. And it's great to see things happening at the site of the Walt Disney birthplace.
We've taken the first step and acquired the property.
And today, December 5th, Walt's birthday, we are asking all of you, everyone who has been so touched by Walt's spirit, passion, and creativity, to join us on this adventure.
This is where the story began, and now you can be part of the story.
Together, we can restore the magic